I'll just say it. My true wish is the moment I wake up just to go back to sleep. It's and then but somehow of course my body is like awake and I'm to be awake, but many things are trying to not not really they're trying to stay asleep while still acting like I'm awake. And the resistance between the natural process of like I am alive and I have a body and being awake and dealing with it, and then the resistance of like
What we call resistance cannot be awakened. It is a mechanism which has no intelligence. We confer intelligence upon it by identifying with it. Of itself, it has no intelligence. Of course, it has some form of consciousness, otherwise, it would not take place. But it does not have the intelligence to see in relationship to where it comes from and where it's going. In itself, it is its own totality. It's like someone that some of us here know about or used to know about, used to call it the inner evil God. But that is a very beautiful name, and at the same time, it gives it a lot more authority than it actually has. Of course, for all purposes, practical purposes, that statement is true. It is an inner evil God, but it is a natural, common process in our nervous system, which does not have the neural circuitry to relate to any of its experience, other than to kill it, turn it off, get rid of it, or hide away from it. It cannot really face it because it doesn't have access to, literally, it has no access to the face. It's, sub-diaphragmatic, below the respiratory diaphragm. And its main thing is to be there, like just churning away and kind of ruminating. It's no coincidence that what most of us get lost in our lives is so-called, and I emphasize so-called quote unquote thoughts, which are simply the result of this ruminating sub-diaphragmatic process. It's a dorsally managed process. It does not have access to the face, where obviously all the present moment sensors are located in the eyes and the ears, the nose, the mouth, the skin. That's where they all are. That's where I come to. Wow, I am existing. I am a person. I am myself, whoever I am. That's where we come to. That's where the updating takes place. In the morning, no, that machine is active. It has been sleeping or doing things. It never sleeps, actually. If it slept, we would die. It controls the autonomic nervous system. So it's no wonder that we are to such a degree submitting to it, to what it wants to do. Tricks us into thinking. It's not thinking. But we identify, we as properly free individuality, we identify with it. You see, oh, I am this, to the exclusion of all else. But even mechanically, we would, just by the simple suggestion, oh, number one, in my life, oh yes, then feel it inside. Number two, is it safe out there? Can I check all the sensors to make sure there's no threat? Then reflect that inside interoceptively, but it feels like inside the body. And number three, is there anything interesting, peculiar, pleasing, somewhat exciting, maybe, or just noticeable that is outside that I can see, smell, taste, feel, or hear? Is it there? Oh, yes, it's full. Our environment is so rich with perceptions. External sense perceptions, in and of themselves, they are not the way out. What the way out is having access to the face and the sensors, you see. Oh, I know that I'm seeing. I know that I'm hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. And that's enough to come to be updated with the fact that inevitably I'm alive, I'm safe, and I'm, pleased to be here in a way. It's a natural, kind of neutral pleasantness. There might be other perceptions that are more dominant or more attractive, but in general, they are all there. They're very similar. What matters is that I am here as a body, human person, I exist. And I'm being known, potentially, I'm being known by you to exist. Perhaps you are checked out or ruminating. It is possible. Maybe I am here ruminating while speaking. Either way, we can know each other. You see, and then you smile in our faces. It's inevitable. Our biology has developed for this. And then and only then, really, is it possible in a consistent, reliable basis to cultivate our intelligence. Oh, the inner lighthouse has been lit. The watchman is there, and then the ships arriving into the port to relay new insights, new information about reality. They are coming in, and then they meet. Yes, come in. This is a safe harbor. It's not a no man's land. You can come, and we can exchange. But also, even in the midst of abject resistance and frustration and self-hatred, still the ships can come in. Someone might sneak in and go and look at the watchman. Oh, look, that watchman there is sleeping. We will wake him up. And that is a very wonderful experience that we need to be witnessing ourselves while sleeping and resisting and suffering. It is absolutely required. It's the only experience that will cause our nervous system to learn, oh, this way is it's not even it's incorrect. There's a mechanical switch. Oh, if that is present, that means that I don't need to be there anymore, and it goes away. Our biology is absolutely intelligent. There is no evil in it anywhere. It's absolutely benevolent. We simply fallen into this trap, a maladaptive process. We're still learning to be human. There's no manual for it. We write it as we go.